Well, I'm originally from Pennsylvania, and we moved down here to moved to Florida when with my parents when I was about 11 years old. But I have 3 children and a wife. I've been having problems pretty much throughout my life with being sleepy all the time, feeling tired, and couldn't figure out why. I did have a few head injuries when I was younger, fractured skulls and stuff, and but I went to a couple doctors to find out why I was feeling sleepy and everything, and they said, well, you're probably just tired, or just overworked, or stressed, or maybe you're depressed, so they try to give me these depressant medicines, and I never would want to take them and everything. So I could never get a real answer to what the problem was. And I went to a neurologist here locally in Rockledge, and he did a sleep study. And I did nighttime sleep study and then the daytime sleep study, and it came back that I did have a sleep disorder, and he was treating me for it, but I still wasn't feeling any better, and it was just very hard to communicate with him. And it was kind of more in and out real quick of the office. It was hard to sit and actually talk to him and tell him how I was feeling, and get any better results. So I heard about Dr. Newman from where my wife works. So I came down here. Dr. Newman looked over my records, my tests, and he said, well, you have narcolepsy, and he said you're not on the right amount of medication, the right dosage, and he said that's looking at your sleep study, that's what's going on. The thing I like about Dr. Newman and Dr. Megan is I could sit down and actually talk to them and spend time with them, and they would actually listen, and not, sometimes you feel like doctors are thinking he don't really have this problem, or it's just hard to sit and explain to them. Well, they're real understanding. They take the time, and we've tried several different options for me to see what works best for me. Now, at the other doctors, I was only given one option, and that was it. And I couldn't say, could I try this or that, or no recommendations to try something, maybe this would work for you, because everybody's body's different. And Dr. Newman and Megan are, that's what I really like about them, is that they'll take the time, they'll try to find what best, is for you, because what's good for one person isn't good for another person. Yes, I do feel better now today than before I saw them. And the one thing about narcolepsy is it's not like there's a cure for it, though, so it's just something, there's ways to, help, but there's nothing really to get rid of it. Yeah, I always talk about how good they are, and if I'm around talking to somebody and somebody's talking about, their doctor, and if it's something to do with neurological, I say, hey, you should go down and see, Dr. Newman. Great, they're wonderful. They will spend the time, they care.